in a wire. Oh, you joker in a wire. I'm a leader, why we don't go with them? I'm a leader, why we don't go with them? I'm a leader, why we don't go with them? I'm a leader, why we don't go with them? I'm a leader, why we don't go with them? Some people think say you dey do juju. Is this a joke? They will never go free. Them dey bone face oh yeah, that would them dey bone face for. Easy body yeah, you're so wicked they walk oh. You know, as I'm watching you on television now, they pain them. That is all. And they sweet when they see me appear like this, they pain them. And I promise them, I'm here to bury them. I see they pain them, they see us. I see they pain us, they pay. When I say I see they pain them, they see us. I see they see us, they go they pay. I see they pain them, they see us. Face me and face you. Every morning, every afternoon, every night, weekend, every day, weekend. Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Allow weekend to rest. A big man, a big man, a big man, a big.
I'm sorry that I couldn't find any other thing. You know what I mean? To entertain you while you wait. Okay. So I have found another alternative. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Hopefully. I really want it to. Now let's try that Kanu. Yeah, let's see. And let's say Kanu. So this is like the Kanu city. Let's see when that pops up properly. So this is Kanu as the normal highly highly populated area. Now if you zoom in, so you can see the moment you begin to leave the central area, you begin to get to the, let me see. Oh, hang on. I think, where is that again? It's already coming down to, okay. Let's say, no, this is Lagos. This is not Kano, Nigeria. Biwalo Kano, Nigeria. Okay. Now let's see. So you see, I don't know if your screen has this red line that demarcates where Kano is, right? As you can see, you see this round, or let me say this area is the densely populated area where you can see a lot of people, okay? So the moment you begin to go to the fringes, where Kano has 44 local government or thereabouts, okay? When you begin to go to the fringes, yeah, Let's see. Yeah. I think you probably would say they will make up for the number. There is no desert. There's no desert or what have you around Kanu. Okay. Just like you have there. So now let's go to Borno. Borno, where they have how many millions of voters? I think 5 million. And they will give APC Egbekegbe 100% of that. But let's take a look at that. Why Borno would have more people than the people in Ogun State, for example. But in Nigeria context, right, they will tell you it is what it is. Now let's take a look at Borno. Once that once that loads up properly. Now this is Borno, and then you can see Moguno. Moguno is a terror-infested area. Now, when you widen it up, let's see, what do you get from Borno? Right. It didn't take this long before we started seeing houses. But look at your screen, right? There are communities or there are places there, right? But let me see if I can get you any clearer picture. This is where Boko Haram headquarters is situated, and it's also the place where 2 million displaced people are currently, hang on, Borno, Nigeria. Can you do something like that? Or should I put a comma? Hang on. Normally, it shouldn't be this tough, right? You would have seen roofs, like so easy. The moment the maps zoom down and try to pick things up, but you can see all around the places, right? You can see that. Now, hang on. I'm gonna go back. Do you see where they have millions of people that they are giving your allocation to? Now, I have zoomed in, like zoomed in. This is us like looking at just looking at the path. Look at the areas where they are allocating your resources, Nigeria resources. And they are like, they have 19 states up north, right? Now, these are the areas where they will tell you they have honorable representing. Well, can you see some of them, right? Now, let's go to where, let me go to the center, the state capital, so that you can see the Maiduguri. You know what I mean now? So let's say Maiduguri, Borno State. I don't know if that will pop anything up, but let's see. Now, do you see Maiduguri? Do you see that it didn't take long to quickly see roofs and see buildings? Now, this is inside Borno. Sure you get now. So give me a sec. I've got something to also add quickly. If you can still hear me, by the way. So, like I said, right? Look at this is Borno. I'm sorry, this is Maiduguri. Now it's not hard. Like the first one when I took the area coverage of the entire Borno state. This is Maiduguri. It's easier. It's so easy. in his way. Mind you, give me a sec. I'm going to take another short break to put something up quickly. Don't go anywhere. Then we'll come back to this part of my Duguri, where it's easier to say, oh yeah, those are buildings. They are not hard to tell. They are not just a path and all that, right? Somebody said that the Fulanis are 27% of Nigerian population. You the mental, if you like say you the crazy, Abi, or they come back. And so now they manufacture everything and try to change everything in a way that even educated people today, they are so unsure of what is what anymore. You know what I mean? But I'm coming back to you. Like I said, somebody was saying something that the Fulanis are 27. This is not to disparage, it's just to make sure that we never have to model up facts from fictions and other lies that over the years have been like repeated and repeated. I mean, it's not even like that long. When I was growing up, the three major tribes in Nigeria, the three major ethnic nationalities in Nigeria were the Hausas, the Yorubas, and the Igbos. So where did you get your 27% from for Fulanis? As if, anyway, that's not the real thing. We won't be having this conversation, honestly, if we were all let to just be on our own, right? There will be no reason. There will be no, who will care? What's the percentage of Fulani and what's the percentage of Hausas and every other ethnic nationalities up north? Now, this is my Duguri. You can see, the moment you begin to leave my Duguri, share you see now desert you they go so. And those are the areas mostly ravaged by Fulani terrorists, by Boko Haram. You know what I mean? Dalori, all those places. Share you see Now, don't be confused though. I have one here. I have a particular one here that actually makes it easier so that you can know who is where in Nigeria. Yeah? Look at this. One sec. Now, all these fake figures that they are cooking, there are some of you think you can challenge simply because you have a card they gave to you. Yeah, take this card. Now, with this card, you can choose whoever you want. And you are now using that card because of your own access to information that you are so educated and all of that, but you are being controlled or will be controlled by the criminals who don't even have to like struggle so much to keep you under check the way they are making you suffer because you want to choose who will lead you. Look at that map, That's Nigeria map. Now, you see Nigeria as a map. But you see inside that map, this is what you have inside there. This is what you have inside that map. So if anybody is trying to change the truth or trying to manipulate things because it serves their political interest, right? Now look at this. This is not just northern Nigeria like they used to, like they would want you to continue to repeat, right? When Nigeria came together as a country, these are all the ethnic nationalities that came together, okay? Now show me on this map where 27% Fulanis exists in this map. But Nigeria wanted us to believe that whatever nationality we have, they can go to places. And that is why we are having all these problems we are having today. You can't deny all these people from their own ancestral lands in a way that some of them are being they are being killed barbarically. Barbarically. People are being brutally slaughtered and killed by the Fulani terrorists and other armed terrorists up north and across Nigeria, right? But look at this. This is every time you are looking at Nigeria map, okay? And they are asking you to be shouting state and capital. State and capital. Abia, Umaya, Adamawa, Yola, Akwa Ibom, Uyo, and every other thing they are asking you to be shouting. Those are the creation of the Fulani elite who never even care about the majority of the 3% Fulanis in Nigeria. Full-blooded Fulanis in Nigeria. 3%. The Fulani elite who have managed for decades to be favored in the power scheme of things and backed by, you know what I mean? They have not used that power to serve the interest of the Fulanis. Even the Fulanis in Nigeria, they are, you know, like everybody from every part of Nigeria, from every part of this thing, every Fulani is even facing worse situation of life than most people from every part of Nigeria today. But their elite will continue to spit in your mouth because you have they started with Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. There's nothing like Hausa Fulani. It's like saying, I am a Igbo Yoruba. I'm a Yoruba Igbo. I am a... calm down, okay? You are Fulani. You are Hausa because your papa na Hausa, your mama na Fulani, which is normal. Your papa na Igbo, your mama na Yoruba. You are Igbo. You are also Yoruba. Do you understand that? So if your papa, what's it they call up? If your papa na middle belt, I don't know. Like if your papa come from any of these places, right, and marry your mama from other places, you are from both places. That is what is sensible to say. Now you can then say, because my papa is from, and naturally, I think naturally, by the way, naturally, as Africans, right, wherever your papa come from, because you're going to likely pick you are naturally going to pick up your papa name, family name, Abi. And mostly you have to say, my papa na from Ijebu Igbo, my mama is from Odogbolu. They are both from Ijebu. So I'm an Ijebu man. I'm from Ijebu Igbo, and I'm also from Odogbo. You know that, That's normal thing. There's nothing like Hausa Fulani, but they have put it into their national politics because it serves the interest of the Fulani elite who don't give a damn about any Fulani. You know what I'm saying? They have been in power. They have been controlling the resources of Nigeria. None of them felt like that resources should even be shared among the Fulani herdsmen, the Fulani herders, their family, educate them, empower them, so that even us, when they talk about Fulani, this Fulani, that, we go they jealous. They're not jealous of you. You are just jealous of Fulani. Are you mad? Jealous of you? The Bontekodani abi tiki jealous of Fulani, abi your elite that are generational thieves, unproductive criminals who have access to hundreds of billions of dollars of Nigerian resources, and they squander them. They stole them with their southern counterpart. So what is your bragging right? Right. You don't have any bragging rights, if you ask me. You have no bragging rights where after controlling power for years, an average Fulani is so worse off in Nigeria, like an average Yoruba, like an average Igbo, like an average Ijo. Everybody is feeling the bite, and it's not because your life is better. Your life is not better. Do you understand that now? So they don't care about you, but you think you have a bragging right. Show me on the map where the Fulanis naturally own anywhere in Nigeria, and show me and tell me this particular map is fake, as you probably love to escape from the truth anyway. Now, the point I'm trying to make here is this. The reason why Nigeria is not working is not far-fetched. It's not hard to tell. Injustice will never bring unity. Fraud, scam will never bring progress. Are you with me? And living in denial, they will never, in any way, in all ramification, benefit anybody. Nigeria is fraudulently fused together, not to benefit Fulani. It won't benefit Igbo. It will not benefit Yoruba. It won't benefit any one of you defending them for one reason or another. As long as Nigeria exists, it will benefit your oppressors. So what then is? Hang on. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Right. I think I got that right. So what then will be your own gain at the end when keeping Nigeria for them is not for you? If you are going to tell yourself the truth, but not be all of you could tell yourself the truth. However, here is another one. I have shown you Borono, Abi. Oh yeah, let us. It's like saying, as a Yoruba man, you say, well, Yoruba, okay, Yoruba boniti. Sa mi Ìjẹ̀bú. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Sa Yoruba wo ni titi yẹn? Say I am Ọ̀yọ́. Àwọn Ọ̀yọ́ lé Ọ̀yọ́ mèsì. Ọ̀yọ́. Sa Yoruba wo sa àwọn tí àwa ti Èkìtì. Àwa ti Ìkálẹ̀. You know what I mean? Everybody knows who they are, and they will say, we are Yorubas. Share you with me. But northern Nigeria, when from the beginning, what we had was Hausa, Yoruba, and then Igbo. This is the map of Nigeria. But you see, from this area where you see Nupe, from that part where you see Tifi, the Benue, you can see that they are not part of northern Nigeria. They shouldn't be. And if they are given an opportunity to choose where they want, seriously, they wouldn't be part of northern Nigeria. Look at that blue map. Okay. The guy who started Boko Haram, Shitima, is from that Kanuri. You see that Kanuri where you see green? That where you see green, which is very close to Chad, Niger Republic. Now there Shitiman come from. So that is why Shitiman can identify as a Kanuri man. Are you with me? He can identify as Hausa. He can identify as Fulani because everything according to them politically is esprit de corps. But developmentally, it's just for them, not for you. So this is where they are cooking all the figures. I'll take you to another part. Looking from the sky, the lies that they have cooked together that will bring in that, the three Kardashian, KKK, Kaduna, Katsina, Kanu, and you'll be hearing APC, Egbekegbe, scored 3.8 million. People destroying people at Tifku score 1.7 million. They say, people, they love suffering. No be suffering. Now people where they no be them they vote. Now people where they vote. Now them they cook the number. Where some of you they believe say you feel counter. Where you won't see them. Oh yeah, carry yourself. 50 million people. Oh yeah, go and vote for Obe from Southern Nigeria. But we'll get to that. Let's say we want to go to another highly claimed populated part of northern Nigeria with nobody to show for there. Give me one name. Let's try Adamawa. Adamawa. Yola. Adamawa, Nigeria. Oh yeah, wait for it. Now you see Adamawa. Those who schemed things. Adamawa share border with Cameroon. Are you with me? I don't know what they said your number of voters are there. Sure you get. But when they are talking about voters in Nigeria and those who will vote, the people of Adamawa, they are far, 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 far more than the people from Ogun State, the industrial hub of Nigeria. Now, look at this. This is Adamawa entirely. And you can begin to look for where could the numbers be coming from. Yeah. Right. Let's see. So Adamawa Yola. Here you get. Oh, green. I'm still, I'm still zooming to see if I can pick anything in large number, like in mass, like concentrated. But I haven't seen anything yet. These are the fringes. This is not the city, the Yola. Okay. But you can see some institutions dotted here and there. The more I zoom, you see, Madaliet Post and all those areas, you see, I'm still zooming. Adamawa. They'll say, it's bigger than Ogun State. Okay, fine. Do they have the number of how much they collect from Nigeria with this? Obviously not, okay? Now, I won't waste your time on that. Let me say Yola, and then you can look from within out, okay? Let's say Yola. Yola Adama. I don't even know. Adamawa. Now this is Yola. Do you see that it didn't take long to site roofs, buildings, and all that, including the environment, Abi? Now, this is Yola, where more people are concerned. Then they will have maybe another second city if you check your right. Let me see if this thing will keep rolling if I close this. Oh no, okay, fine. I think it does. Give me a sec. Let's see. No. I'm going to try. Let's say this. Right, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? You can easily see the concentrated area, yeah, of people because it's close to the city. But outside the area where they cook all the numbers and the figures from, yeah, they're just deserts. Deserts. And that is why in most times, right, they have to bring in people from Ninja, from all these other towns that are like border towns with all these countries to come in. This is Adamawa, look at that. I mean, where do they have the number from? And it's not just your vote, it is also what determines what they share, the sharing, the what do you call it? The turn by turn Nigeria Limited, so to say. So I hope I have managed to share. I've spent about 90 minutes trying to show you this, not because you don't know, but their figures are already there. And when you compare them with what they are telling you, they don't match. And that is why when people said we should, in fact, have a conversation and go our separate ways, you see, if you try what they call restructuring, all of this will no longer matter. It will no longer be your problem. Are you with me? It will no longer be your problem. It will now be the problem of the people of that region who can then maybe allow the criminals to continue to loot them and control them. Same thing with us. It will now be our own problem to deal with our own thieves as we want or honor them as we want. One sec. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have shown to you the their INEC updated voters register, and I have shown to you the discrepancies in that. I have shown to you the double registrations, the underage voters registered, and the rest of them that are very much unchallenged up north. But down south, I have shown to you how over 39% of you have been disqualified already, even before the day of your election, right? And I've also told you that out of your 36 states INEC commissioner, as you are getting your PVC or not getting your PVC, 17 of them are members of APC, and they are there for just one mission, deliver APC. And always remember, that it wasn't just get your PVC or social media rage and the rest that brought APC, Egbekegbe, to power. You know the conspiracy. You know the financier. You know those who brought in APC, Egbekegbe. And as it is today, you are yet to put that same force together, because as we see, you are playing into their hands, and I hope you have a second plan, which they call the plan B. Now, I'll take just a 2 minutes break, and I'll tell you what happened today in their own courts, where Nnamdi Kanu again bloodied Malamu's nose, Bokoari's nose, and all the fools that are praying publicly, privately, that Nnamdi Kanu should never be released. Shame and shame. Just 2 minutes.
Onye du aịkọ, o meriwo n'izu, onye ya abakarị, mama na ụra, ụra pụghị meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Ụra pụghị meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Na Python dance 3. Una pụghị meri Nnamdi bụ onye du aịkọ, o meriwo n'izu, ndị iro ya abakarị, mama ndawụra, una pụghị meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pụghị meri Nnamdi.
Why did I miss that? I crammed that. Abakari Amanda Ura Uno. Okay, don't worry. Which is to remind you that every plot, every scheme, all grand plans to ensure that today or a day like this would never happen, put together by Bokwari, Malamu, and other agent provocateur who wanted Nnamdi Kanu out of the way, just for reminding you that talking about justice, talking about equity, fairness, and unity is not enough to bring justice, equity, unity, or fairness, as much as you might want to preach it. It is by doing them. Now, for 7 straight years, you would have wished that today, Nnamdi Kanu in their own lawless, judicial system that Bokwari has finally bastardized. Bastardized beyond something that is, in my own opinion, probably irredeemable. As of today, you will think that it's just going to be an easy conviction, just like in the military junta or military era, when Bokwari could do all he wanted at any time he wanted, including attempting to kidnap Umaru Diko from London. That kidnapping that got exposed and got Nigeria, blacklisted way back in 1985. That is something that Bokwari thought he could do, and he could do and just get it and done over with. What do you call it? What do you call him? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has now shown to all of you, all of us, that is a tough nut to crack. And if you think Boko Haram didn't have all the resources to crack and crush Nnamdi Kanu, then you have no idea what Nigeria is capable of doing. But something you should know now is that you think Boko Haram hasn't used all of that trick, all of that resource, all of that force, and yet every turn now disgrace they come to. Every turn now to disgrace them, even in their own call to Jesus Christi or Kokpo. Nnamdi Kanu is leading Boko Haram by 10-0. Ordinary to convict and get Nnamdi Kanu or get people to say Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, or Nnamdi Kanu gave me money to go and commit crime, or Nnamdi Kanu told me to go and do this or that, or with all the money and the resources they have, after 7 years, ladies and gentlemen, after 10 trial, 10-0, they couldn't find anyone to come out and say, yes, I am a member of IPOB. I work for Nnamdi Kanu, and I have evidence that he sent me to go and commit crime. This and they have none. They've tried and paid people. They've managed to get, but they just couldn't get it. At a point, they were requesting to cover people's face. Imagine, they will cover the face of people who won't come testify against Nnamdi Kanu. They were fighting that for like about 6 months. Oh, we need to try him behind the scene. Some people are so afraid of him. Some people are so scared of him. Scared of him. Abenyile so scared. Oh yeah, go and bring your people who go put on a coup. Who go wear a coup to come and testify against Nnamdi Kanu. Even at that, he no work. The court said they should free him. The court didn't say they should free Nnamdi Kanu alone. No. The court said they cannot try Nnamdi Kanu in any court in Nigeria. I mean, don't you get it? Yes, some of you want him because of your enslavement and because of your social conditioning. I understand. Like, some of you have said it repeatedly. If I have my way, I will deal with that Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, if you have your way. But you can't have your way. Now the same thing, now the same thing. Boko Haram probably told himself that if I have my way, I will deal with all of this. I will deal with all of these Biafrans. Now, Boko Haram is president. Malamu is your attorney general of Nigeria, the attorney general. Boko Haram is the one appointing judges for your court. 7 years, Nnamdi Kanu is in your custody. And yet, you cannot even find just one single allegation, just one, to stick. So that you can say, okay, after, oh yeah, 10-1. Oh yeah, 10-1. Just 10-1 for 7 years, you couldn't get. Like I said, yes, he might have said things that have made you, to lose your mind, to lose your brain, to lose your humanity, to lose everything in you. Now you just can't wait. I can't wait. Buhari will deal with you. Buhari will speak to all of you in the language you understand for 7 years. Kojú fọ́ KTD. Kápá gé kẹsẹ̀ rọ̀. Wọ́n ní kálàáfíà ṣá ti wà. Irú àlàáfíà orí burúkú wo nìyẹn? Boko Haram, he has killed thousands of innocent people just because he wanted to prove to himself that he is that man, the Emperor Nero. Shana Emperor Nero abi Emperor Nero. Emperor Nero to teach the Biafrans a lesson. And I know some of you, even some of you are Biafrans yourselves. Whether you, okay, put it this way. Even some of you Biafrans who didn't like Nnamdi Kanu, you were expecting Boko Haram to, because you knew that Boko Haram na madman, he would deal with them for 7 years. 7 years. And more than 80 court appearances, court trial. Listen to this. 7 years of trying to at least send Nnamdi Kanu to jail so that Boko Haram can go to bed and say, I couldn't kill Ojukwu, or I couldn't jail him for the way I felt. Now I go deal with this. Now I am dealing with this Nnamdi Kanu. So I have jailed him for 7 years. So 7 years, 2 kidnapping, 7 years of Boko Haram trying to crack the hard nut called Nnamdi Kanu. 7 years. They have kidnapped him twice. He has been in their custody, in their own detention, where they have been torturing him, and doing all manner of things to him. In the last 7 years, Nnamdi Kanu has been in their custody for over 4 years. 4 years. 365 days times 4. That's about 1,400 pounds. No, only 400 pounds. Not pounds, okay? That's like a 1,400 and something days. Out of 7 years, Nnamdi Kanu has been in custody of Boko Haram, Malamu, and all of their bloodthirsty terrorist apologists in Abuja. He's been with them for over 4 years. They have appeared in court for more than 80 times. They have expended more than 21,000 hours. Wait till it plenty on top of Nnamdi Kanu. This 4.5 years. So they have killed more than 2,000 innocent people in the name of trying to find Nnamdi Kanu's members, IPOB. Any name they have been for 7 years. For 7 years, they have been able to kidnap more than 10,000 innocent people, transfer them to different kind of a prison all over Nigeria, torturing them, and in some horrible cases, they are killing them, extracting their organs, and all of this are on record by this Boko Haram. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Not even one single court could use any evidence from Boko Haram and Malamu to send Nnamdi Kanu to jail. Like I said, even if you watching me right now, I've told yourself many times, I know some of you who have commented on social media, how many times you go comment, Nnamdi Kanu go to jail, Nnamdi Kanu go die in jail, Nnamdi Kanu will be this, he's this and that, as you are wishing. Now so that they disgrace Nigeria, now so that they dip Nigeria and inside more mess. Nnamdi Kanu's mess is going to eventually destroy whatever, any good smell you are smelling right now, or any kind of a shege you are seeing right now. The stench of this Nnamdi Kanu's mess created by Malamu, desperados, charge and bail lawyer. That's why I actually give credit to the legal team working for Nnamdi Kanu. You see, some of you don't know what they are fighting. And I know some of you do know. It's like fighting all principalities. There are people, okay, who are not publicly saying that if they should. Who are not publicly saying that Nnamdi Kanu and his message of a Biafra is going to kick so many of them out of relevance, and it's a threat. It's a big threat. But they are not bold enough. They are a bunch of cowards who couldn't counter him, who couldn't beat him down on argument that to say Igbos are better off in Nigeria. Are you with me? So they decided to gaslight them. They decided to criminalize them. Then they finally saw a friend in Boko Haram. Igbo governors came together. They declared IPOB a terrorist organization. It was the Igbo governors who first proscribed IPOB as a terrorist organization after they met with Nnamdi Kanu. And guess what? When they met with Nnamdi Kanu in Enugu back then, in fact, they were not in any way. They didn't come out to say they had a meeting with somebody who has terrorist inclination or somebody who has any kind of terrorism act against Nigeria, or that bears any kind of hatred. But guess what they found out? They found out that it's actually somebody who somehow, to their own surprise or shock, is so passionate about the people. He was even telling them that, listen, if you kill me, other people will rise up and they will demand for Biafra because it is their right. It is their entitlement. And you know why they will continue to ask for it? No matter how many of them you kill, no matter how many of them you exile, no matter how many of them you imprison, ladies and gentlemen, it's because of the injustice that Nigeria continues to do. It's because of the unfairness and this, the level of tribal ethnic profiling which Igbo suffer in Nigeria. These children, they're going to read the history. If you kill me, you cannot kill Biafra. And he told them, he said, if you want the hunger and the rage of the young people who easily want Biafra and they want out of Nigeria to at least to be controlled and managed, you first need to go back and tell Bukwari that, you know what, the people of Igbo land, they want to be in charge of their own affair to start with. And he actually told them, he said, why don't you genuinely go up there and push for the real development of Igbo land? I'm talking about the real infrastructural development. Just same way they use name of Nigeria to borrow money, right? And they concentrate the development, the use of that money for the development of any part of Nigeria in other part of Nigeria except Igbo land. And you'll be so surprised. So go back there. Once you begin to do all these things for real, an average Igbo man, an average Igbo woman, they will begin to probably feel like, oh, okay, it's like they now feel like we are one of them. Oh, now it's like they now, the rest of Nigeria now feel like we are actually part of this country. Oh, open up their seaport, give jobs to these young people, real jobs, not political jobs and turning them to political jobbers. When he gave them the 11-point demand, the 11-point request to douse the increasing Biafra agitation and why Biafrans, want Biafra right away, right now, no negotiation. If you want these people to have any listening here to you, go and start doing the right thing. They left that meeting. According to those who were privy of the meeting, they said they were so surprised that Nnamdi Kanu was not telling them that he had an ambition to become governor of Abia State one day. Are you with me? That they thought Nnamdi Kanu was doing all of this to become popular, then he will now join politics and he will use that popularity, then he will now become a senator or a governor. Or maybe he just want to be a contractor, or maybe he just need oil block. He's not mentioning any of that. He's talking about electricity. He's talking about good road, hospital, schools, opening seaports. If I say this one, no well, oh. This one is a threat. Oh. The man will begin to do what he said. Then there will be nothing left for us to use in controlling the mind of the people. Well, then are we going to make sure the poverty that we have sworn as part of Nigeria to make sure that it never ends? How are we going to do that? They went back to Bukwari, bunch of cowards, who are not bold enough to face Nnamdi Kanu and say, yes, we'll fight you. First, they prescribe IPOB. Next, they ask Bukwari to send soldiers. And since then, they have been killing, they have been kidnapping, and they have been losing in their own courts. So today, Malamu disgracefully decided, you remember, just a few weeks ago, they went to court. And when they went to court, they asked the court to please stay execution on the judgment of the appeal court. Are you with me? Judges, so 3 judges, they sat. They look at the argument of Bukwari and Malamu. They look at the argument of Ejiofo, Aloy Ejimako, as well as Ozekome, the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu. The 3 learned judges, they listened to them, and then they passed their judgment on the appeal case that said Nigerian government violated the international law of extradition when they decided to become kidnappers abroad, where they extraordinarily renditioned Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria without passing through the legal process in Kenya, and they cannot prove how they got Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. They can't prove that to the judges. The judges were asking them, how did you get him to Nigeria? They said, don't worry, it's a national security thing. So we just got him to Nigeria. He was there. First, they said Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya to go and see Ashewo, to go and see this. So they were making up all manner of propaganda and lies. So when they realized that that didn't make any sense, they said, oh, Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya to go and see some El Shabaab terrorists. Now, that didn't make any sense either, because the Kenya authority who kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, tortured him for 8 days. When they found nothing, they couldn't let him go. They have to give him to Malamu, who was already there for a whole week with private jets, unmarked private jets from the presidency of Nigeria, waiting in Jomo Kenyatta Airport in Kenya, in Nairobi, waiting to take Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria without following any kind of international law or what have you. The judges asked them, can you please tell us how you got him to Nigeria? My lord, that one doesn't matter anymore, okay? He escaped. He ran away from Nigeria when we were trying him. Right there in the appeal, right there at the appeal court, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, they proved it to the court, to the judges there at the appeal court just weeks ago, that you see this argument of that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail, Nnamdi Kanu ran away from Nigeria. This argument is no longer valid. It's absolute nonsense. There is already a court judgment. There is even an appeal judgment that validated that that statement is absolute rubbish and wrong. Nigeria attempted to kill Nnamdi Kanu, that is expected to appear in courts in about 4 weeks. They decided to go and assassinate him. He ran for his life. They wanted him dead. The court ruled in Abia that that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. In fact, Nigeria should pay him 5 billion naira for trying to kill him. Nigeria hasn't paid though. Nigeria appealed that judgment. Malamu appealed that judgment. They still punch him for face again. They still beat him there. They beat him for appeal, then beat him for everything, Abi. Now for Abuja, their lawyer is now lying to the the justices of the appeal court. But the lies didn't fly. Do you know what happened? The justices said, listen, we are not convinced. Listen, in fact, if all of you care, all of you in that Ministry of Justice, where Malamu is your minister, if all of you care, you should begin to find a way how to remove yourself from what is coming. Because they have used you. If you participated in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, you may have immunity now. Yes, Nigeria reward criminals. But let me tell you something. This one is not going to be about, what do they call them? Karma. Or forget that. You are not going to escape from what they have done. They committed a crime that will see Bokwari in jail, that will see Malamu in jail, and every person who is part of that, including the pilot that flew Nnamdi Kanu from Nairobi to Abuja. So the justices were not convinced. I mean, maybe you they watch Law and Order, or don't you watch all these American court cases? You argue, my lord. Nnamdi Kanu is a very dangerous this and that. Oh yeah, prove it. My lord, Nnamdi Kanu is a leader of a very dangerous organization. Okay, prove it. Oh yeah, bring proof now. My lord, if you see what they are posting on social media, if you see what they said they will do to us, they said oh yeah, have they now done it? Yes, my lord, unknown gunmen, they are obeying Nnamdi Kanu. Oh yeah, bring evidence. Bring evidence. You don't get evidence. Okay, you kidnap him from Kenya. Oh yeah, bring evidence of how you brought him from Kenya. No evidence, no nothing. Don't waste our time. Go to hell. Now release this guy. That's what the judges said. 3 of them, they said, release him unconditionally. And in fact, if you love yourself, that's what the judges said. They said, if you love yourselves, you have committed a crime, and you might think you don't know now, Abi. If you love yourselves, just jejely, go shop, go and buy the best clothes, the best, anything best. Come put Nnamdi Kanu in a 10-star hotel where you get for Niger until when you relax, treat him well like a royal. Come call the pilot where you use that private jet where you take kidnap him. Now call the pilot. Tell them, say me then take the plane for car wash. No, for plane wash. Take your plane for plane wash. Get it ready. Tell them to wash the tarmac of Abuja. Call all the firefighters with the water in their tank. Wash all the Abuja tarmac and tell Nnamdi Kanu, we are very sorry. We are very, very sorry. We made a mistake. We misfire. Tiketi wati koti. Save us all the rest of the embarrassment. Bye-bye. If you get to, now your password, you'll be British. Now your password be this. They go Kenya. We go see later. But if you call Nigeria, they also say we get case. So, like, just let him go. That's what the judge said. That is what the justice said. You think I'm trying to make it funny? No. I'm trying to get you interested in what happened. You know, sometimes when something they say breaking news, you cannot try Nnamdi Kanu in any Nigeria court. Let him go. And somebody says, can somebody explain this to me? Like I am a 5-year-old girl. Because I want to understand this. Let him go. And then, I don't understand. That's what I'm doing for you right now. I'm not trying to be funny. Go funny. Returning back to where you brought him from. Quietly. And pretend that nothing happened. If not, you are digging Nigeria into more mess. It is sweet now. But you have no idea what they have done and the end result of the whole thing. Because you know what happened? Malamu, with his tail between his legs, ran back to Ass Old Rock to go and speak to the lifeless breeding mannequin, the lifeless Megad, Bokuwari. Mala, say no more, kukure, yanda. I have another trick. I have another idea. This is a very new idea. I learned this idea when I was reading the other stuff. Malamu, useless charge and bail attorney general. Appeal court gave a judgment. You went back to the same appeal court. First, they changed all the judges. They removed all the 3 justices that said Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. They removed them. Come and free him now. Come and free him now. Some of you said Nnamdi Kanu is working for APC. I suppose see all won't free fun. But Nigeria ordinarily is a punishment that you will have your share there, because we realize that all of us, they shout human rights. Most of you are actually human abusers in the waiting. Now, because they abuse all of us now, they cry with us. And we know that some of you are actually waiting for your turn to beat us as well. Because say, now turn by turn Nigeria Limited. Breaking news, Nnamdi Kanu must be released and discharged and acquitted. Hey, we know it. They don't want Obi to win. We know it. They don't want Atiku to win. Every time election is coming like this, they will just release Nnamdi Kanu all of Funa. But anyway, we can't realize, say, now all of us, they do human rights. We fight that freedom for everybody. Solidarity, nonsense everywhere. We know say that they beat us. We they cry together. We know say some of you, they wait for your turn. They say Nnamdi Kanu free. You say me they no free. I'm say human rights in your cover Nnamdi Kanu. What did he do? You don't know what he has done. Don't you see what he has? I say, but then they ask for witnesses for court. Malamu don't they shop for witnesses all this while. So you know the unknown gunmen, Abi. You know them. You know when Nnamdi Kanu recruited them, Abi. You sabi everything, Abi. How come una knows go help Malamu? 10-0. Court cases 10-0. 10-0. Now only Owo Agbara, now only Ashishe. Now in they do Buhari and APC. Sure you get, which is going to be the doom anyway. Is the doom. Shishe Owo Agbara, nothing lawful, nothing legal anymore. Now Shishe. We are all shouting human rights. We see human rights, human rights. I say some of you don't want, you want Nnamdi Kanu to remain in prison because you believe that he's done what they said he has done. But for 7 years, nobody or none of you could give them evidence. I say, see, I know everything. Where you look for Malamu, he will be so grateful to you instead of going back to the same.